Imagine waking up one morning, opening your window, and realizing that the story your grandparents told you, the one you thought was just a bedtime tale, wasn't a myth at all. It was history, hidden in plain sight. That's the strange line between legend and truth. Sometimes, myths aren't just stories, they're memories humanity refuses to let go of. Welcome to the day myth became human memory. For centuries, cultures across the world have passed down myths, gods who hurled thunderbolts, great floods that swallowed civilizations, fire that fell from the sky. But what if these tales aren't pure invention? What if they're snapshots of real events, distorted over time, yet preserved so vividly that they outlived entire empires? Take the Greek myth of Phaeton, the reckless son who tried to drive the chariot of the sun. He lost control, scorching the earth until Zeus struck him down with a thunderbolt. To us, it sounds like fantasy. But some geologists point out that around 4,000 years ago, evidence of a massive meteor impact was found in the Middle East. The skies would have glowed fiery red, the land scorched, entire regions burned. To the people who survived, how else could they explain the heavens suddenly collapsing? Could Phaeton's ride simply be human memory retold as myth? Here's another. The legend of a great flood isn't just in the Bible, it shows up in Sumerian, Hindu, Native American, and even Aboriginal stories. Scientists now know that around 7,600 years ago, melting glaciers raised sea levels so high, entire coastlines vanished overnight. Imagine watching your land, your village, your world swallowed whole. Generations later, your descendants might tell that story as a warning, not as history, but as myth. And yet, it still carries the memory of something real. But myths don't just preserve disasters, they encode lessons. The Aboriginal people of Australia tell the tale of fire from the sky, warning of coastal lands you should never live on. For decades, outsiders dismissed it as superstition, until modern research revealed those same regions are at highest risk of tsunamis triggered by underwater landslides. Think about that. A myth passed down orally for 10,000 years turned out to be a survival manual, outlasting science itself. Doesn't that give you goosebumps? And here's the haunting question. If myths are memory, what else are we overlooking? What if the giants mentioned in Norse sagas and Middle Eastern lore weren't imagined beings, but distorted memories of early humans encountering megafauna, creatures larger than anything alive today? What if dragons weren't pure invention, but ancestral encounters with the fossilized bones of dinosaurs eroding from cliffs? Every culture has these echoes. In Hawaii, legends describe a fiery goddess, Pele, shaping the land with her anger. Today, geologists confirm the islands were formed by volcanic fire. The myth isn't fiction, it's memory told in a human voice, wrapped in story so people wouldn't forget. And this brings us to the heart of the mystery. Myths don't survive because they're accurate, they survive because they're unforgettable. And in that way, they protect memory better than stone, better than paper. They burn themselves into culture, carrying fragments of truth through centuries of change. So the next time you hear a myth that sounds impossible, pause before dismissing it. Ask yourself, what human memory is buried inside this tale? Was it a disaster, a lesson, a moment of awe so powerful it had to be remembered at all costs? That's the power of mythology. It's not always fiction, it's often humanity whispering to itself across the ages. The day myth became memory is still with us. The question is, how many of those memories are we still misunderstanding today? And here's where I'd love to hear your thoughts. If myths are human memory in disguise, which one do you think is most likely hiding real history? Drop your theory in the comments, I'll be reading every single one. Oh, and if you've enjoyed this journey, tap like so YouTube knows you want more stories like this. And subscribe, because next time, we're diving into another tale that might not be myth at all, but a forgotten truth waiting to resurface.